Coming up a little later here on AutoNet TV, you're probably sitting in there toasty warm, aren't you? Well, it's 14 degrees out here. So we decided to check out the 2010 GMC Terrain right there in 14-degree weather. We took it through some pretty deep snow, and you know what? It performs pretty darn well. I'm Scott Newell. I'll have my review of the GMC Terrain coming up a little later. Judging from how these things are flying off dealers' lots, GMC has struck the right chord with one of its smaller crossovers. It's the 2010 Terrain, the sibling of the Chevy Equinox. The styling is stellar, despite all the ice we piled on the Terrain. While it comes in all-wheel drive too, our test car was front-wheel drive. It handled some heavy snow just fine, and the standard anti-lock brakes gave us that peace of mind you expect in a truck-like vehicle like this. You can get two engines in the Terrain. One is a four-cylinder, 182 horses. The EPA says you'll get 32 miles per gallon on the highway with that, and that is fantastic for a vehicle like this. Now, our test car had a V6 in it, 264 horses, which is good for a vehicle of this weight. Plus, the EPA says you'll get 17 miles per gallon city, 25 highway with front-wheel drive, which is what we had. Subtract 1 mile per gallon on the highway for all-wheel drive. We managed to push our highway mileage a little above the EPA estimate and found we didn't have to make that many gas station stops. Our test car had the tow package, which can handle 3,500 pounds. When you need to haul stuff inside, you can fold down the split rear seat and open things up. Here's one feature that adds to the flexibility of the interior of the Terrain. Let's say somebody in the front seat has their seat back pretty far back and you need more legroom. Well, pull a bar here and magic, you've got more legroom because the rear seat travels back and forth. There's also a power outlet in the back seat, handy when you need a quick charge. The interior of the GMC Terrain has lots of rich looking and feeling materials. This car looks expensive inside, though it has a tough look as well. Contrasting stitching usually is the sign of a luxury car, and the Terrain had it. Those cloth seats in front were heated, a welcome feature with the cold weather we were testing it in. There's a little compartment up on the dash to keep valuables hidden. There's a USB connector in the console here in the center. You can plug your iPod into it, and the great thing is that your playlist will then show up right here on the instrument panel. That way you can control your iPod without having to pick it up. We found the premium Pioneer sound system handled our music tastes quite crisply. I appreciated the tilting and telescope steering wheel for maximum driver comfort and safety. At night, just about every control lights up, another safety and convenience plus, and the cockpit is bathed in a striking red glow. Speaking of safety, we found the rearview camera on our test car very helpful for avoiding collisions with stationary things and living things. You can get into a 2010 GMC Terrain for just over 24 grand, but it's easy to add features and push it up into the 30s. Sure, the turning circle is a little wide for my taste, but just about everything in the Terrain is executed very well. Made us feel warm and comfy on a very cold day. With AutoNet TV's Test Drive, I'm Scott Newell.